Hello, welcome to Cafdil lessons.
Hello, my dear learners. You are welcome to Cafdil TV lessons. Today, we are going to have English language grammar lesson 1. My name is Philomena Esi Esuman. I am your facilitator for Basic 4. Today, on our topic, we are going to treat proper nouns. Proper nouns. And we are looking at proper nouns of towns and cities. Learners, we are looking at proper nouns of towns and cities. All right. Now, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to underline proper nouns in sentences. You will be able to underline proper nouns in sentences at the end of this lesson. Now let me ask what proper nouns are. What is a proper noun, learners? Now, proper nouns are names of particular people, places, or things. They are names of particular people, places, or things. And they begin with capital letters. Nouns are names of particular people, places, and things. But today, I said earlier that we will be looking at towns and cities, which means we are looking at proper nouns of places. Okay? All right. Now, we are looking at cities. How does a city look like? Learners, this is how a city looks like. A city is a very big place. It is a very big place with tall buildings, good roads, they have lights, they have good drinking water, there are companies. You see different types of cars in a city. A city is a well-developed place. And that is the picture showing on your screen. Then again, I said we are looking at cities and towns. So let's go and look at how town or a village also look like. Now this shows a town. A town is a small place. It is not like a big place like the cities. In the town, you will not find many tall buildings. Some of the roads are bad, some are good. So this is how a town looks like. And there are not too many people in a town, unlike city. Then we also have villages. Villages are smaller than town. And this is how a village looks like. They live in mud houses. There are very few buildings in the village. They don't have tarred roads. They don't have good drinking water. They depend on streams and rivers. So this is how a village looks like. So we are looking at proper nouns of cities and town. Now, with the pictures I have given you, what town do you have in mind, or what city do you have in mind? If you are sitting by a brother or your parents, you can mention some of the towns that you know, or cities that you know, to your parents or your friends. All right, learners. Now I have some examples of cities and towns on the screen. Let's go through it, and don't forget that all proper nouns begin with capital letters. Never forget this. Proper nouns begin with capital letters. Anytime you are writing them, you begin with a capital letters, and these are names of places. So we have Tamale, Tamale, and it begins with a capital letter. We have a city like Lagos, also begins with a capital letter. We have Accra, Accra, beginning with a capital letter. This is Kumasi, Kumasi, beginning with a capital letter. And then last on my list, we have Lome, Lome, also beginning with a capital letter. These are few examples of cities. Now let's look at examples of towns and villages. So on my screen we have Nyamransa, Nyamransa. It also begins with a capital letter. Commander, Commander. It begins with a capital letter. This is Jukwa, Jukwa, also beginning with a capital letter. We have Abra, Abra. It also begins with a capital letter. And then Mori, Mori, also beginning with a capital letter. So what I want you to bear in mind is that anytime you are writing a name of a place, you should begin with a capital letter, whether it's a name of a city, a town, or a village. Please begin with a capital letter. Now we shall take some sentences with some of these cities and towns, how they are used in sentences. All right. So we have proper nouns of towns and cities in sentences. 1. I will visit my former school at Sunyani. I will visit my former school at Sunyani. You can see that Sunyani is the name of a place in this sentence, and it begins with a capital letter S. Let's look at sentence 2. We are traveling to Sekondi Takoradi with our father. We are traveling to Sekondi Takoradi with our father. And the proper noun in this sentence is Sekondi Takoradi. Sekondi Takoradi. And it begins with a capital letter. Sentence 3. When will you go to Lagos? When will you go to Lagos? Lagos is the name of a place in this sentence, which is the proper noun here, and it begins with a capital letter. Sentence 4. I come from Mori. I come from Mori. And Mori is the proper noun here, which begins with a capital letter. We spend our holidays at Koforidua. We spend our holidays at Koforidua. Koforidua is the proper noun in this sentence, and it begins with a capital letter. Let's have more examples. Sentence 6. Do you have a friend in Accra? Do you have a friend in Accra? Accra is the proper noun in this sentence, and it begins with a capital letter. Sentence 7. They traveled all the way from Takwa to Bolgatanga. They traveled all the way from Takwa to Bolgatanga. We have Takwa and Bolgatanga being the proper nouns in this sentence, and they begin with capital letters. He went to Obuasi yesterday. He went to Obuasi yesterday. Obuasi is the proper noun here, showing a name of a place, and it begins with a capital letter. Number 9. Cape Coast is a few kilometers away from Yamransa. Cape Coast is a few kilometers away from Yamransa. We have Cape Coast and Nyamransa as the proper nouns in this sentence, and they begin with capital letters. And number 10, she is a trader in Accra. She is a trader in Accra. And Accra is the proper noun here, beginning with a capital letter. So learners, I have told you that anytime you are writing proper noun, it should begin with capital letter. It doesn't matter where you find it in the sentence. So with these sentences, you can testify that some of the letters begin with the sentence, some are in the middle of the sentence, and some are at the end of the sentence. But because they are proper nouns, they begin with capital letters. So bear in mind, any time that you are writing a name of a person, a place, or a thing, you must begin with a capital letter if they are proper nouns. Now, use capital letters to begin the names of towns and cities. So this time, I am going to test you. I am going to give you a sentence, and then you are going to tell which of the words in the sentence is a proper noun. Then you begin it with a capital letter. Are we ready? All right, let's go. Sentence 1. We have not been to Kaswa before. We have not been to Kaswa before. Learners, what do you think will be the proper noun that is showing a place in this sentence? And when you find it, you should begin with a capital letter when you are writing it. Have you found it? Good. I guess your answer is Kaswa. Kaswa. So Kaswa is the proper noun in this sentence. And we have begun with a capital letter. Very good. Let's move to the next sentence. I shall meet all of them at Kumasi. I shall meet all of them at Kumasi. All right, learners. Look out for the proper noun in this sentence. When you find it and you are writing it, make sure you begin with a capital letter. I will stress on this always. All right, let's look at the correct answer. The correct answer, or the proper noun in this sentence, is Kumasi. Kumasi, I hope you got that. Very good. Let's try another one. My father bought his car at Second. My father bought his car at Second. All right. I guess your answer is Second. Second, which begins with a capital letter. Sentence 4. The meeting will be held at Lome this year. The meeting will be held at Lome this year. Learners, do that. And the proper noun in this sentence is Lome. Lome. And it begins with a capital letter. Let's try another one. Wednesday is a market day at Mankesim. Wednesday is a market day at Mankesim. What will be the proper noun in this sentence? And how are you going to write it? So the proper noun in this sentence is Mankesim, and we begin with a capital letter M. All right, learners, I hope you understood this lesson. We are getting to the end of the lesson. Let me go back. I said proper nouns are names of particular people, places, and things. But for today, we are looking at names of places, and we are focusing on towns and cities. I have shown you pictures of towns and cities. I have given you examples, and I have also told you that proper nouns begin with capital letters. Thus, I do not want you to forget. Now, let's take our homework for the day. For our homework, learners, underline the towns and cities in the following sentences. Underline the towns and cities in the following sentences. Sentence 1 up to sentence 5. And I'm giving you some time to copy this homework, and then take your time to do it. So question 1, Kwame will travel to Axim tomorrow. Kwame will travel to Axim tomorrow. 2, your hometown is not as beautiful as New Ebu. Your hometown is not as beautiful as New Ebu. 3. My father went to Nyamransa to buy bread. My father went to Nyamransa to buy bread. 4. We will go to Takwa during our vacation. We will go to Takwa during our vacation. And lastly, my cousin lives in Abra. My cousin lives in Abra. Learners, you are to underline the towns and cities in this sentence. All right, this brings us to the end of our today's lesson. Learners, we shall meet again. Bye-bye.